Hello fellow YouTubers and welcome to this video. This will be a review of the Trio AXS 4G tablet. It's currently on the charge, so if you don't remember, this is one of the tablets offered at Walmart and you get free data for life. Seems like a deal, right? Feel free to comment with questions about the tablet or concerns or really anything about the tablet or anything in general, really. But like I'm not trying to sound egotistical. I'm one of the most well-known experts on this phone, considering I've asked 2 questions on Reddit about it. But yeah, if you have questions, I'll try to fix it. If not, I'll look it up or whatever. But I'm just gonna jump right in to this review. The first negative I can think of is this stupid button that always pops up. If you don't understand what I mean, it's this stupid button right there. Maybe I should have changed the background for this. You can see it, it's right there. Now, all this button does is pop up this little screen right here. That's all it does. This screen, I want to say that it's just a quick hand screen. Pops up what's on the bottom and gives you apps to pick. But you're probably asking, why is this button so annoying? It's always there. So, say you're playing a game, right? You're gonna move it, because you can move it. That's the nice thing about it. You're gonna move it to the side, off out of the way. Well, I don't know what the time range is, but I don't know, personally it's probably around every 30 minutes or so. It moves to its default position. Why have the option to move it if the phone, the tablet wants it in a certain spot and won't take it anywhere else? If you could minimize it forever, it wouldn't be an issue. I find it a stupid button to begin with. And then add to that the fact that you can't get rid of it. I don't know. It frustrates me personally. Because about twice an hour-ish, you're moving it. And the position they put it in, the default position, is right in line with the send key. So a lot of the time you're moving it just so you can send a message. Again, stupid. But to counter that, I said we're going to look at the positives too. It's got free data for life. 200 megabytes every month. You know how nice that is? For a while, I stopped paying my phone bill because I didn't need it. I had this nice tablet that could do everything my phone could. Now, let me say this. 200 megabytes? Not a lot. At all. It's like a fifth of a gigabyte-ish. I don't even think it's that much. So, it's enough to use certain messaging apps, some games that you don't have to download, but you can't use your GPS really. Not that was an issue for me, but using a few apps like Facebook Messenger, Kik, I think it was text free, you end up using such a large chunk of it with just a few apps, and then you're just done. It cuts you off, and now it's like having a brick around with you. It's pointless. Text free was a huge culprit for it. There were points where I was running out of data. I was at home every day, except 2 days a week when I went to work. And those 8 days in a month would knock me out. Not using it for that much, not using it to do anything special, but the second negative is a lot worse, and it's also 2 things, really. For one, its size. I don't know if you quite see how big this is. It's a big tablet, and that wouldn't be an issue, but you can't really put it in pockets, and that's a perfect segue into the next one. It kind of bricks out sometimes. The other day, I was at my little sister's school concert. Okay, it was in my pocket, wasn't being used, and I guess it unlocked what opened. I must hit the power button with my elbow or something, and I must have hit some button configuration to put it in debug mode. Now keep in mind, when it's in debug mode, it's still doing things when you're pumping into it. So by the time I got to it, it's heating up, it's frozen. Like, it's not really frozen, but I can't use it for anything. I'm sitting there trying to direct myself through debug options. I don't understand. I don't know how far in the debug mode it is, and it gets really ridiculous because finding advice online about this tablet is next to impossible. Don't know how that happens, but you have no idea how to get it out of debug mode, and you Google it to find nowhere online talks about it, really. Basically, you have to wait for it to die so it can fix itself. Again, super stupid problem, which could probably be fixed real quick by just putting a lock on it, but it's ridiculous that I have to put a lock on my tablet just to prevent it from falling into a debug menu that nowhere online even acknowledges exists. Just stupid. On the opposite side, though, it runs really smooth. I've never really had a moment of odd lag. You can play just about any game you want without as much as a hint of lag, from Words with Friends, which I have on there, Trivia Crack I have on there, to an emulator for the N64, which I had on there. It runs just about perfect all the time. Granted, not a tech expert. I'm certain there are better tablets for gaming, but it does that really well. Now, one of the most frustrating flaws in this tablet is memory. Let me walk you through this. It has 16 gigabytes of memory built into it, and an extra gigabyte for apps. Okay? See, someone in charge of design figured it would be a good idea to separate those two things. I don't know if I'm making myself clear on this, but you could put probably 10,000 songs on this tablet, but you can put about 10 apps. I'll show you, actually. The blue bar at the bottom. See that little bit of space? That little bit of white? You probably can't, but it's not very much. And that's just because when you get the tablet, it has stupid apps installed on it. Can't really get rid of them. And then you put in, we'll use Facebook Messenger, for example. It takes up 20.44 megabytes. So you're down quite a bit of room just on those two things. Again, frustrating, because once you run out of room, you try to download an app, and it's going to tell you that there is insufficient space on the device. And you're going to sit there and think, there's 16 gigabytes on this. How does it work like that? To make matters even worse, even when you have 120 megabytes of room, like I had on there, it still tells you that you do not have enough room sometimes. It's a stupid flaw. I have no idea why you would sell a device with that big of a flaw. A positive would be that just about anything you can do on your nice old phone, you can do on this tablet. You can text, call, game, control your Pebble, Pandora, search the web, listen to radio, just about anything. Which leads me to another thing. The speakers are pretty bad. They cannot get loud, like at all. To put this into perspective how bad they are, I can raise the volume as high as it lets you, and my phone will outperform it at about halfway up volume. Don't know why the speakers suck that bad. Even when you use the Speaker Boost app, which comes pre-installed, of course, it just does not make a shred of difference, and then sometimes it'll randomly kick in, like it doesn't realize that it's supposed to be doing something, which means, for instance, if you're buying this for somebody who likes music, they can't use it for music. They can't. It doesn't make a lot of noise. But again, it could be fixed pretty easily with earphones or to connect to an external speaker like this Vivitar. Easy solution, but again, shouldn't have to do these things to prevent issues that are really, really simple. It kind of makes me wonder if when they were making this tablet, if they just thought that speakers didn't matter at all. Side note, I have no idea how to put music on there. I use the same thing to move everything from phone to 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 phone. And it would work fine on my old phone, but then when I put the chip in here with everything in the same spot, it couldn't figure out where it went. Wouldn't really play it. And so what I naturally did was I started using Pandora. But for some bizarre reason, it skips the end of songs. Like you'll be, like say it's a 3-minute long song. At about 2 minutes and 53 seconds, it'll just kind of wipe out the last 7. Don't know why it does it. Don't know what the purpose is. It just doesn't work. Anyway, I'm just about done. I've heard this video is already like 12, 13 minutes. If you've enjoyed the video, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that stupid crap. But I'm not quite done yet. This stupid tablet that I do not recommend to anybody buying, I will be destroying it at some point. So, if you want to see that, I guess you could comment saying that. I won't be doing it anytime soon, so that way if people watch this video and they're like, oh, can you try this to fix it, I can still do that. But I will be destroying it at some point. My guess is within like a month and a half. So subscribe for that, because I figure that will be interesting. I don't know how we'll destroy it, but we'll find a way. Maybe you guys can comment with ideas. You know, just ideas. Anyway, peace out.